I hereby call this meeting of May 16th, 2023 Planning Commission to order. I'm volunteering to run the meeting in the absence of Shannon and Will. Are there any objections? Ashim, you want to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh. Has everyone had a chance to review the agenda for tonight's meeting?
Move to approve the agenda?
Second?
Aye.
Aye. Y'all a little quick on me. Agenda is approved. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes of the previous meeting?
Yes.
And can I get a motion to approve them?
So moved.
second that.
Second, motion has been made and seconded.
Aye.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye. Sorry.
Aye. Motion passes. As we have no public commenters, we will skip that over and proceed to discussion of potential vape and tobacco shop zoning text amendment.
In deference to my co-commissioner Sharon and how we disagree on this, I would respectfully table this for another month. Move to table.
I can second that.
Is there a second? Motion has been made and seconded to move this to the June
I'll second.
20th. Oh, I thought I said second. Move to the June 20th Planning Committee meeting. Next up, review of minor subdivision and final subdivision plan approved since April 18th, 2023 meeting.
Okay, I do have one of these for you tonight.
Okay.
It is a minor subdivision plat for tax map number 36-1-29, lots 14 through 19. Located on at 413 Dinwiddie Avenue. This is over in Basic City area.
As the vice chairman has showed up, I will relinquish the chairman chair and turn it over to him.
You don't have to move, I'll sit down. Sorry.
You're fine.
Here's your cheat sheet, Will.
Excellent.
Those great rounds of paper, scissors, rock to figure out what to do.
That's the informal voting process, right?
Yep.
So just to bring you up to speed, so for number 5, the discussion of the potential vape and tobacco shop, there was a motion and a second to move that to the June 20th meeting. I don't know if you all actually voted. I think by acclamation, it was understood. So that is moved to the
Yep.
June 20th meeting because the chair was unable to make it tonight. She had a family, a death in the family, I believe. And so now we're on number 6.
Yep.
Okay, so this was the minor subdivision plat for a property over in the Basic City area at 413 Dinwiddie Avenue. And this was basically a consolidation of lot lines to create 2 parcels. One currently has a single-family house on it, and then another would be a vacant lot meant for another single-family detached dwelling. So they're just consolidating the lot lines to make two lots, and that's what this one was for. And that's the only one I have for you this evening.
I'm guessing they were combining the lots for the one house.
They were consolidating, like, it was a total of 6 very narrow lots originally. And so they basically, 2.5 lots were sort of given to the side of the property that has the current house, and then the other 2.5 lots were subdivided off into one lot, consolidated into one lot. And I believe their intention is to build another single-family detached dwelling there,
Okay.
per their application. But, yeah.
That makes sense. It's an equal size lot. You pull it up.
Yeah, 'cause some of the lots in Waynesboro are mighty narrow.
Yes.
Which I think that can make sense for some people, but for this community, it's all the same size. With that,
Yeah.
Doing that.
Well, they probably laid it out thinking, 100 years ago, thinking row houses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That can still happen someday.
Yeah.
So for, that's all we have for minor subdivision, right?
Yes.
So for matters from staff, the only thing that I thought would be important to mention is, and I believe I've mentioned it before, and maybe Hashim, you've expressed interest, that in the fiscal year '23 budget that will start July 1, we have budgeted for 2 planning commissioners to go to or take the planning commissioner's course. It's through, is it through VCU now?
Yes.
So through VCU, there's some online component and some in-person component, or maybe going to some meetings or something?
They're offering it both ways.
Okay.
So certain sessions are in-person enrichment, and then other sessions are completely online.
And so we do have budget for 2 to attend. Hashim has expressed interest. And when is the next? It's the November course?
The next in-person course that Hashim expressed interest in is in July.
In July,
Starts
okay.
late July.
And then, and if anybody else is interested, please let us know, because we have budgeted for 2 to attend the course.
It's the September course, I believe, is the one that's offered completely online, if that's more appealing to people as well.
Yeah, that would be better suited for me right at the moment because my doctor won't let me do nothing but drive around Waynesboro.
Yeah, so the September course is all virtual. And I believe you do some go to other planning commission meetings, maybe as like part of some, at least in the past, I have had people taking the course that have showed up to meetings that I held in Augusta County, just saying, we're taking the planning commissioner's course and we're here to just that was part of their assignment. We also have a lot of good books and information if anybody's interested. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that it will be coming around, and we do have money in the budget for 2 to attend.
Great. And you said you have books on hand?
We have several books in our office. Some are a little outdated, but I have a lot of planning course books from my time in grad school. So at any time you're interested in looking over things or would like some additional resources, we have
tonight,
some.
I'll take some tonight.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
I don't think,
Anything else?
no, unless you all have any correspondence or communication that you would like to share.
I did have a question and it done slipped my mind right at the moment. So it must not have been that important.
Per usual, I'm loving the weather. I'm loving getting out riding my bike with the kids.
Bike,
Going
that
walks.
right there triggered what I wanted to say. I noticed on next door there has been and I don't even know if this falls under the planning commission or the city council. I noticed there's been a lot of complaints from people about bike riders of all ages not announcing themselves when they're coming up behind people on the greenway and scaring dogs and elderly people. I don't know if that falls under us for signage or the city council.
Honestly, I think that's a good problem to have with too much use.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard this one guy that likes to come up behind him and then do circles around people after he startled them. He's being a jerk, but
Yeah.
I've heard similar complaints over the last few months.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec to figure out how to make rules.
Or just create a better culture for people just to be
Yeah.
kind humans and people.
Tell you what, if you got the silver bullet on that,
I know, I'm trying to figure it out myself. I'm like, what could we do to incentivize people to
you
be
can make people be
kind?
better.
Yeah, I don't give it to Bar Bailiwick or not, we'll vote on it tonight.
Some basic human decency. Let's find a way to make that happen.
And I'm like Larry, it's just started to pop up in the last month or two. I reckon the weather is getting warmer and more people are getting out. But I didn't hear any of that last year, which is odd.
Well, the one thing I will say about Nextdoor is it's one of those like social media.
Oh, yeah, everybody goes-
amplifies the loudest voices.
Right.
Yep. And,
Okay. I thought you were talking about next door, like there's a government building. that-
No.
It's an
It's an
online
app.
application that people who,
want to complain.
yeah, I mean, it's an informal, Bureau of Complaints, basically.
I want, this is just an idea I was thinking. I wonder if there is something within the budget where we could find a direct distributor of maybe 100 or 200 bike bells to then maybe give out one weekend if we're already doing an event and say, hey, like, if you're riding a bike, please take a bike bell.
Yeah.
And just kind of encourage people just to have it, because it might get annoying to always hear bike bells, but it'd be better than having a dog get scared or an elderly person get hit.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking online, like just a direct distributor, there's bike bells between $1 to $2.50. And so 100 of those would cost anywhere between $100 to $250.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I wonder if there'd be any kind of, grant also related to that, but we could look into it.
Yeah, even Parks and Rec could use part of one of their grants. They're really good at
Yeah.
writing grants, obviously. To get
There's social clubs that would support that, like the Rotary and the
Sure.
Kiwanis.
I might honestly,
That'd be
if
easy.
that would solve the problem. I could pitch in on that.
Yep.
$100.
I can get you a tax-related document to that effect as your reward.
If you're causing there'd be a little bit more peace and a little bit more kindness then. If
If I
$100 solves the problem citywide, then that'd be pretty.
You know, it's interesting. I know that the city police department used to have an active bike team.
Right.
And I don't,
They would ride.
Yeah.
I want, and I don't know, we're a little far afield here, I think, but, and I know that there used to be bicycles that hung in the police department all the time. I wonder if the bike team is still
I
active.
get some nice Trek police e-bikes. I've seen those in other cities.
Yeah, I know that they had, again, like I said, I know at one time, in fact, Officer Wallace was sort of the driver, and he's now retired, but he was one of the driving forces behind, or at least was heavily involved at one time in the bike team.
I saw the sheriff just taking a walk the other day when I was there, and I'm like, man, it's nice to see that community involvement. So if they just hopped on a bike and rang their bell, I'm just like incredible.
Just having presence down there.
Right.
Generally, law enforcement presence improves everybody's behavior a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know UVA went to a bike division or bike patrol, I'm not sure what they're calling it now, a number of years ago. And, that really helped out with students and all. And
Yeah.
of course, they stay on campus, but they can get somewhere a lot quicker than you can in a cruiser.
And this is now my personal bias. I think it's nice to have a police officer on a bicycle because it doesn't have that same presence when a bicycle officer comes into the
Yep.
community versus a SWAT tank or
Yeah.
even just a sedan.
Yeah.
Just having a bicycle come in and say, "Hey guys, everything all right?" That's just sometimes
Yeah.
relieves some tension. So I feel like that's almost more of a council conversation than it is a planning commission
Yeah.
conversation.
So you want to send a email to Dwayne, see if he can get something done? This is your idea. You got to do the work.
I'm okay with it, yeah. I brought a pen for a reason.
No, I was talking to him.
I can't. I have to look up Dwayne's email on the website.
I don't think I have that one.
I know he's out there.
Yeah, we'd be happy to draft an email to him too, just to say
Oh,
it was
okay.
an idea and see what we could do. And they might have some other good guidance from where they travel around and talk to other Parks and Rec people about courtesy on greenways. So I'd be happy to bring up that it was a concern and that the bike bills were an idea.
Yeah.
Send them an email and copy everyone tomorrow.
And they might already be working on
Right.
something. You
Yeah.
never know. So, but Will is right. Nextdoor it's just a complaint app, and usually it's after the fact. But they do bring up good ideas from then. But the ones that are doing the complaining should be the ones that's coming to either this meeting or the city council meeting and know what's going on instead of just winging it. And
Hope for the best.
this person said this to 3 other people, and I heard it from the 4th person. So,
Well, I wonder how many times it really happens, because I don't go down there a lot, but I take my dog down to the park, and when we walk it, we don't have any problem. We've had bike riders, and, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's this one same person that's circling different people. I mean, you could have one person.
yeah, I
I
don't.
mean, I don't know that that's a big issue. You could also, of course, the signage might be more expensive, but you could put some signage about that, about maybe a right-of-way or something for pedestrians versus bikes, because, you know, you could pass out 100 bells, and you could still have 1 or 2 people that have the bells, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter whether they have the bell or not.
Like anything, the people who will be there and happy to do it will probably not be the ones that you really need to reach.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and that's all I had.
But
Move to adjourn?
with that, do we have a motion on it?
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yes!
Adjourned.